Solly Mapaila accuses the ANC of betraying them. Of course, by them, I'm referring to the SACP, the South African Communist Party. Yesterday, when Solly Mapaila was in KwaZulu-Natal, when he was addressing the SACP rally, which was the celebrations where the SACP was celebrating its 104th year of existence. As you guys know, the SACP was formed in 1921. But of course, at the time, it was using a different name. It was the Communist Party of South Africa, which was open only to whites. Okay? So Solly Mapaila, who's currently the SACP General Secretary, yesterday was addressing the rally where the SACP was celebrating its 104th year of existence. He therefore went on an offensive. He went on an offensive against the ANC, accusing the ANC, of course, accusing the ANC of betraying the SACP. The type of betrayal that he's talking about is that the ANC does not keep to its promises. The promises and the resolutions and the agreements that are reached during the alliance summits. Because you know that the SACP is in alliance in what is called the Tripartite Alliance. This is the alliance which consists of the African National Congress, the South African Communist Party, and the Congress of South African Trade Unions, which is COSATU. Of course, there's also SANCO, the South African National Civic Organization. But mainly it is said that it's a tripartite alliance which talks about the SACP, COSATU, and the ANC. So, as you know that SACP in their previous Congress, they resolved, there's a special Congress, they resolved that come 2026 local government elections, it's either going to be 2026 or early 2027, that the SACP is going to contest the local government elections on its own. Okay? So, I'm interested to get your view, guys. That do you think that SACP should just rather break away from the alliance? Because remember, the SACP's resolution is not that they are breaking with the alliance, but they're just saying that they are going to contest local government elections on their own platform. Meaning, unlike the previous years where the SACP always supported the ANC and became part of the ANC's machinery, election machinery. Of course, in terms of how effective that has been and all of that, it's up for debate. Others are saying the SSP are not adding anything significant in terms of rallying the numbers for the ANC in the elections. But of course, those within the SSCP would argue differently. They would argue differently on that point. Okay? So I'm interested to hear that you guys think that the SSP should not just be saying that they're going to contest these elections, the local government elections on their own, but they should just rather break, totally break from the Tripartite Alliance. Okay, I'm interested to get your views on that one, guys. But let me just greet you guys. Greetings, guys. Welcome to the platform. My name is Tebos Kosana. The name of the platform is Izwi Labansundu. So go to the comment section, guys, and tell me your views. And what I found funny about that speech by Solly Mapaila yesterday, on Sunday. Solly Mapaila says the ANC has betrayed them, that because the ANC has never given them a ministry or a department to run as the South African Communist Party. Right? So that is something that I found bizarre. Because currently as we speak, in fact, let's just start from the days of when President Jacob Zuma became the state president in 2009. He gave the department, remember when President Jacob Zuma became the state president, we only had one department for education. Then when he took over, then he split the Department of Education into two. Then had the Department of Basic Education and the Department of Higher Education. He then gave the Department of Higher Education, he appointed Blade Nzimande. Okay? He appointed Blade Nzimande, who at the time was the SACP's General Secretary. He appointed him as the Minister of Higher Education. And for quite some time, that is up until 2017, Blade Nzimande had been the Minister of Higher Education, meaning for 8 years, when in 2017 President Zuma removed him. Okay, leave Blade Nzimande. Thulas Nxesi in 2010. Thulas Nxesi, who at the time was the SACP's Deputy National Chairperson, was appointed the Minister of Public Works. And of course, there's also the likes of Jeremy Cronin and others who were appointed as deputy ministers within different departments. But I just want to focus at the departments where these guys were actually the heads, the ministers of those departments, meaning they were the political heads of the ministry. And remember that when we go back to the Department of Higher Education, at some point, when Blade Nzimande was the Minister of Higher Education, his deputy, meaning the deputy minister, was another member, a leader of the SACP, who sits in the SACP Central Committee, Butima Namela. You see? So now you ask yourself the question, but what is this? What is Solly Mapaila talking about when he says that the ANC has never allowed or given the SACP a ministry or a department to run? Are they saying that those SACP leaders who had been given the responsibility to be ministers of the departments that I've mentioned and others, because even if we speak right now, Butima Namela has recently been appointed as the Minister of Higher Education. Remember, for the past 7 to 8 years, he was the Deputy Minister. About 2 weeks back, Cyril Ramaphosa appointed Butima Namela the Minister of Higher Education. And you know that Dr. David Masondo, who also serves in the SACP leadership structures as the second Deputy General Secretary of the SACP, sits. He's currently serving as the Deputy Minister of Finance. So we need to be told that, and to be clarified that what are they talking about when they say the ANC has never given them the ministries or the departments to run? Are they trying to tell us that actually those ministers who we know that are the leaders of the SACP, who are currently heading these departments, are they telling us that actually those people are just the faces there? They're just there ceremonially. They're just ceremonial leaders. Are they telling us that those are just ceremonial ministries with no power, with no influence to shape the policy direction of those departments? So those departments can be, in practical terms, right? In practical terms, can talk to the needs of the working class, as the SACP claims to represent. As you know, the SACP claims to be the vanguard of the working class. So are they telling us that those ministries who are leaders of the SACP have no power to influence those departments that they are heading and give direction as per the ideological outlook that the SACP claims to stand for? Because for me, from where I'm seated, it does not make sense. It does not make sense for Solly Mapaila to be saying that for the past 25 to 30 years, the ANC has never given them a department to run. They need to explain this better. I don't know how you guys understand this statement by the SACP. Am I the one who's missing something here? Okay? And now we move to the point to say, if they break with the alliance, and even with this resolution to contest local government elections on their own, what do you think are their prospects? What do you think are the SACP's prospects in terms of securing any meaningful number of votes that would make the SACP a key player within different councils and municipalities across the country. Go to the comment section and tell me your views, guys. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, comment, and join. Thank you, guys.